I know you're playing a lot of 2K. What modes are you playing in?
I do a lot of play now. My career, I go to the park with like Donovan, Royce.
So who is a better 2K player out of the three?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
They may be on the road, but the... Well, you're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Aldridge out there with Richardson. Then there's Irving, and it's Davis in at the 2. And for Chicago, we've got LeVert, Antetokounmpo out there with Ibaka. Then there's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Holiday in at the point. Marcus Aldridge down in San Antonio once in the outs with the Spurs. Then he and Popovich came together. Conversation put them back on track. It says a lot about both of them.
Yeah, it says a lot about Pop's power to just have long meals with people and wear them down, because I think that's his secret. They just wrote a story about that. Yeah, he just takes people to dinner and orders a lot of courses. Yeah. And eventually, so it even worked with Aldridge.
But he always connects with his players.
He does.
Doesn't, right? He's got that great ability.
Except for Kawhi Leonard, who ditched him.
Which I still can't figure out. Can you put your arms around that story?
I cannot. We'll never know.
Yeah. Here's Irving. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom, because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now here's Antetokounmpo coming off a solid outing against Portland. Good. Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing, because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they made the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
What about like the Oscar Robertson, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
Here's Richardson after Drew Holiday's score. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Well, you go in there weak like that, and a guy like Giannis with his length is going to throw it away.
The wide open look here for Holiday. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a player you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes.
Oh, now at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yes. By the way, what a great stroke.
I emulate all stretch fours who don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
You are. You're a great screen
setter.
Set
some picks.
You're a great pick and roll guy. Now here's Giannis, following the shot by Drew Holiday. Giannis drives in, lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo. 4th in scoring, 11th in blocks. And his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers, always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and Holmes throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
It's deflected. Can they get it? Shoots from 12. That one falls.
So smooth in the mid-range as a big. LaMarcus Aldridge is a great shooter.
Holiday with it. He has 5. Beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's the home team ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been
the worst I've ever heard was.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor, but that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Baca is out there with Holmes. Then there's Karis LeVert. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in at the point guard. And a moment now to reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Davis is out there with Irving. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Richardson in at the 3 slot.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And it's out of bounds. Pass touch by Valanciunas. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. LeVert. Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis, where if he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120, how are you going to put a good team around
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not prohibitive.
A percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
Shifty with his speed, incredible ball handling. So hard to guard Kyrie, but so thrilling to sit here and watch it all up close.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You know, Brent, it's a different kind of broadcast with Bill Simmons mic'd up. He lets it rip.
Well, the thing about Bill is he's not going to hold back. He has some great, strong opinions, and he backs it up with a lot of facts due to the fact that he knows the history of the game quite well.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Ibaka. Fires from the wing. The shot, no good. And in Chicago the other way. This their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season. And Davis puts it in. The Bulls leading by 9.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what they're going to run here. Got to run a good play.
And Giannis gets it to go. Giannis has got 12 in the game.
See the way Giannis kept going and kept his eye on the basket? That helped.
Here's Richardson. Aldridge trying to break free. Makes it off the glass.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And the dunk by Giannis.
And it just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
Irving from long range. No good on that one. And so it's the home team holding on to.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points. And that should do.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Holiday out there with LeVert, and it's Ibaka, and there's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Pass to Valanciunas. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
And he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Here's LeVert, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Davis drives in. Ibaka with some nice D.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
Irving against Holiday. Irving dishes to Aldridge, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, Marcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Now the pass to LeVert. And here is Ibaka. Over Aldridge. Chicago grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, Greg, just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Well, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Holiday against Irving. From 11 feet away, and that one is good. Irving's got 8.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Each year we get to see Giannis come back from a summer and what he's done to up his game. Get a little bit stronger in the weight room, be a little bit better ball handler, play a little bit more aggressively. The guy's competing to be one of the best players in the business.
Pass to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Over Ibaka. Kept alive. Second chance shot. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Giannis.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game. And both free throws good for Giannis. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 10. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
Kyrie constantly beating his defenders and so good in those tight quarters with the basketball.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Bulls. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Davis. And it's Irving at the 1. Antetokounmpo passes to Holiday. Antetokounmpo against Richardson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo, no good. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Richardson. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Josh Richardson continuing to develop his overall game. Has such good height at the 2-guard spot.
And the first one drops. And Coach Jim Boylan agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylan, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
Holiday against Irving. Elbow shot. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Coach is yelling at the defense to at least get a hand up on Kyrie Irving.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Richardson. First free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Bulls trail by 5. Now, here is Irving. And Rashawn Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Irving against Holiday. Now Irving. 4 on the clock. From deep.
No, he didn't. Why you love guys shooting those, right, Kev? Don't hold the ball. Let it rip.
That is amazing. Outside Holiday. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. 1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. 5 to shoot over Irving.
Kyrie more and more wants to take pride on the defensive end, so encouraging to see him out there with a hand up on that one.
Richardson the pass to Davis. Oh, the lob to Irving. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Holiday looking for an opening. Lets it go from 14. It's not going to go for him. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Davis inside. LeVert defending. Here's Aldridge. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Aldridge can't get it to go. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
LeVert against Davis. 30 seconds left in the game. Richardson against Giannis. To tie it up, Aldridge. Whistle blows, but that's going to be a travel.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bulls. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
I don't know if Drew Holiday's an underrated player, but he certainly is underappreciated with the way he can go at you as a two-way guy. He can score, and he can also guard positions 1 through 4.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving against Holiday. Pass to Aldridge. Oh, missed it. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, G.A. Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
Here's Davis. Misses the 3. And now we've got the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. So the Bulls win it. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.